conservatives who claim they want to stop sexualizing children were upset that the dick veins got removed from a children's candy bar. I mean, I'm saying this as someone who has much less followers than they do.
I'm definitely
but I want everyone to go follow JUNlPER over on Twitter.
Yeah.
Where the I is actually an L. It's JUNlPER. Is that correct? Right? Yeah.
That is correct. Yeah. Yep.
There we go.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
JUNlPER is a legend. All right, everyone should
funniest account to watch on Twitter. I am always very entertained whenever I see a JUNlPER tweet pop up. I'm like, "Ooh, who's dying?"
Agreed.
I have a lot of fun. People are always like, "How do you do this? How do you deal with like just constant barrages of like transphobia?" It's like I genuinely have fun. Like I don't know. It's a fun platform. I have a great time on there. I don't know. I totally get why people like get depressed or like get overwhelmed, but I'm having a great time.
I feel like you do need to have a certain like shell, like a certain bravado to be able to exist on Twitter and take it from. Because I mean, I feel the same way. I enjoy it. Maybe we're masochists, JUNlPER, but it really does feel like it's a website specifically for a very certain type of individual.
I think it requires
all the
sickos. Like I've been desensitized.
I think it's for a while. I think the internet in general, whether it be Twitter or any application and any app that you're on, if you're on in a big way where people really fuck with you, they all get overwhelming eventually to some degree. I feel like you always have to like take a step back and recoup because it can be a lot. I think anybody, just no person is truly cut out to deal with it all the time. Because there have been times when I'm like, oh yeah, like in the first year or two, it's like, yeah, I don't see you. And when my mentor would be like, I can't be on Twitter. But like, I'm like, oh, I can't. Oh, whatever. Then there are times I'm like, I fucking hate it here. I hate this motherfucking app. I hate it.
I have had those moments. Those moments where it gets very overwhelming. But I mean, overall, it's just been it's fun. It's been a really fun time.
I love that. I love it
because you're always winning, because you're always destroying other people. Holy shit! When I see the ratios, I'm like, oh my god, may I never be in your crosshairs. May I never stand in opposition to JUNlPER.
And I'll be honest, like to me, that kind of like the ease that I have of like ratioing Matt Walsh, who has like 2 times or like 20 times my platform. It's like, oh, these people are really not that culturally tuned in. Like it feels a lot worse. Something I've tried to get across is, yes, this trans hate is really bad. It's like, especially in legislation, but it's a very loud minority of people. There's really not that many of them. It's mostly concentrated online. In real life, people are not as vicious as some of these I like to just call them freaks. I mean, this is where they can express their true opinions, and there's not that many of them. It really isn't.
Twitter discourse is run by a small amount of people. Like
absolutely,
like, that's statistically the reality. It becomes loud, but it's not that many people like controlling the main messaging and talking points that everyone's rallied around in reality.
Can I plug my podcast as well?
Yes.
So about 4 months ago, me and a couple of friends started a podcast called Western Kabuki. We just kind of talk about stuff online. Our new episode that's coming out tomorrow, we're going to be talking about basically like the worst tweets of the year so far. A lot of really funny ones. Another good episode that we've done is we've talked about Sneeko. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Sneeko, but that dude, that was a really fun episode that we did. So check that out. Maybe if you enjoy me, I would appreciate that.
Okay.
There it is.
Nice.
That's us.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Also, can I also say, just like live, I love the fact that you convinced the right that the fucking Mars bar veins were fucking penis veins. That's unreal. How did they fall
I forgot
for that?
That was you. That's hilarious.
Yeah, the Snickers.
Oh my
funny.
god.
I love it.
So funny. Mwah. Oh, chef's kiss. Honestly, I'm like, how do you even conceive that? And let alone pull it off? For all these right wingers, like they removed the veins because it went woke. The penis veins are gone on the Mars bar. Like, oh my god, they're actually doing this. They're upset.
Wait, I didn't remember. They actually got upset that they removed the penis veins.
So there were some people. There were some people that got really mad about it. Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let's break this.
Real thing. This is a real thing that happened in the real world.
Let's break this down for a minute.
You're the best.
Conservatives who claim they want to stop sexualizing children were upset that the dick veins got removed from a children's candy bar. I'm trying to wrap my brain around that, but you can't. You can't really.
Oh my
This is
God.
God tier. This is why I say, like, you know, we gotta pay homage. We
Wait,
gotta
JUNlPER,
respect
can you
this
break this down?
it's
Because
too
we can't just
scary.
gloss over this.
It's too powerful.
So I'll be honest, I don't remember like why I did this. Oh, you know what? So I had COVID, and I was just like laying in bed because I felt horrible. I had COVID, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna make it. So I would say like a year ago, one of my like bits that I would do is I would like try to convince right wingers of like fake news. So that was like with Goblin Mode. That wasn't necessarily a political one, but for a while that was like my whole bit was trying to make fake news that was kind of fun that people might fall for. So the Snickers dick vein was one because that was, I think it was during when, I think it was right around when Tucker Carlson talked about how they're making the green M&M less sexy with taking away the heels.
They
So
did.
I was
They did.
yeah,
do
so that was like
sexy.
right around that time. So I was like, oh, you know, the Snickers has that vein, and I wanted to see what I could do with that, and if I could get people
hilarious.
amped up about that. So
That is
that was
just
kind of like the
legendary.
beginning of that.
This
Like,
does
put
feel
together
like an
and
idea.
assemble.
This does feel like an idea that came out of someone who had COVID brain.
Yeah. I came up with it when I was like laying in bed. I was like
You
laying in
made the
bed. I
Rolling
felt horrible.
Stone for this? I didn't
Yeah.
know that you made
Yeah.
the Rolling fucking Stone.
Yeah. I've been interviewed a couple times.
Man, we've been chatting with a god this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like to be
This
silly.
is
I like
next
to have
level.
fun.